Greetings and welcome to another video. In this one today I am doing episode 4 of Passion for Games, and we're doing the Legend of Hero Tonma, and joining me once again, albeit remotely this time, is my mate Jeff, SasaMisa1806. So hello mate, how you doing?
Well, hello everybody. Not too bad, bit of a cough but nothing serious.
Good. So Legend of Hero Tonma, what is it about this game that made you want to play it?
I don't know about making me want to play it. The first time I ever saw it was down an arcade in Irem, and being a big fan of Wonder Boy, it's got the same cute touch, and that's probably what drew me to it.
All right, nice. Yeah, I can see that. I've been sort of touting it to people as a cross between as the flyers there on the screen. I've been sort of touting this as a cross between R-Type, Ghosts and Goblins and Wonder Boy.
Yeah, it's not unlike Waldner as well, but Waldner actually had a different inventory system. You actually had shops where you could buy items, whereas this, it's very, very R-Type. Same company, so that's to be expected.
Yeah, I should say that this is an Irem game from 1989.
Those flyers, though, I mean, I can read the Japanese, obviously. I mean, having studied it now for more years than I can count, but it's the English down the bottom of it. It just makes me laugh. I only saw the flyers recently, you know, the original flyers for this game, and yeah, I read the Japanese and then I read the English at the bottom. I thought, funny.
Yeah, and so this was a game you actually owned the arcade board for this not so long ago, didn't you? Well, I suppose it was quite long ago now.
So yeah, it's during the apprenticeship actually. Me and my brother bought a Silverline arcade machine, and this was one of the games we bought about a year down the line, I think. I can't remember what we paid for it. It can't have been more than 50 or 75 quid, but it was a bootleg, and we didn't know that, and we didn't really understand the difference between bootlegs and original boards at the time. But it had really, really grainy sound. The board worked fine, and the game was fine. It wasn't a bad bootleg, but the sound was really grainy.
Yeah, I suppose that would be quite annoying when you found out about that.
Yeah, I mean, as the years went on and we became aware of the difference between an original board and a bootleg board. I mean, we had Vulcan Venture, for instance. It was an original. It had the Konami stamp on the board, and we didn't have any serious issues with it. I think we had one loose chip on that board, which I resoldered. But the bootlegs, they could vary across the board from functional to absolute pieces of junk that like broke in a very short period of time. Some had bad looms like Rygar, some like sidearms. They literally had bad sound, a channel missing. It was really hit and miss when you bought a board. Because a lot of the times you couldn't take them back because the operators aren't interested.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's kind of it's kind of like a car boot sales type of rules, isn't it? Yeah, as you say, sold as seen.
But this one wasn't too bad. It was functional.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game I'd never have even seen.
I've seen it in three different locations. Saw it at Irem, saw it at the Crook Log shortly after the Crook Log Sports Centre, and saw it down an arcade in Woolwich. That was when I first completed it, down Woolwich Arcade. I think a Vietnamese guy. He was
here we go. So I'll hand over to you then.
Yeah, it gives you the impression of being like Wonder Boy or Mega Twins or Waldner, but this one is really just it's really just a shoot 'em up, to be honest. But it happens to be a platformer as well. Fast trigger finger definitely needed.
No auto firing.
Shoot anything, yeah, no. Well, arcades didn't have auto fires in those days. But yeah, everything kills you. You touch a blade of grass in this, you die. So basically, don't get hit by anything. The only exception is you can jump on the top of certain enemies, and when enemies are flashing, you can walk through them like this enemy. Yeah, look, walk straight through it.
Yeah.
But that's rare. That's kind of an exception. You know, the old tongue bonuses, as I call them. Because they stick their tongues out and try to kill you with them. That's a reference to Roadrunner, by the way.
So this is the first boss then.
Yeah, the trick with this, saw this down here, if I actually saw someone else playing it and they sat behind the skeleton and shot it in the back, I thought, that's handy.
Yeah.
Otherwise the thing will start shooting fireballs and you have to keep jumping around the screen and it's kind of annoying. Yeah, just stand behind him and shoot him in the back. Love the English on the message.
Yeah, you must regret it later.
This one is, well, climb the cliff. This one you can actually complete in about 20 seconds if you literally just keep jumping as fast as possible. But I kind of do it safely, yeah. Yeah, picking up all the various items. Those balls you see spinning around me are effectively a shield. They'll protect you from projectiles, but not from solid objects. If something's solid, like one of those lions or whatever they're meant to be, touch it, the balls will all disappear instantly.
Right. I do like the crumpled heap of stones when you've killed them off.
They're not absolute protection. No, this is just a Chinese dragon, I think. Weak point's its head, so you just keep shooting its head with those R-type like bombs there.
Yeah.
Which do a lot of damage. Yeah, you get 3 types of secondary weapon. I think you get tracers, bombs, and homing missiles, I think.
Yeah, so that was level 2.
Very short level, that one. This is very much like the first level, but a bit more dangerous. You get annoying enemies that appear out the trees, things that chuck fireballs all over the place. Everything kills you again. The bridge collapses when you tread on it.
just to make things even better. There does seem to be plenty of power-ups, but this is one of them games I'd probably struggle playing this. You know what I'm like.
Extra life there. Yeah, nice. This is a game where if you die, you can get your power-ups back incredibly quickly. Each level has all of your power-ups. So you notice I've got homing missiles here.
Yeah.
I stay clear of those tongue bonus monsters so it doesn't take the balls off you. Because if the balls contact those statues, they will disappear instantly.
Right, gotcha.
But the balls are absolute protection from projectiles. So if they shoot crap at you, it don't do no damage.
Yeah, well, that's what you want, I suppose. A nice bit of protection.
There so you can get right next to the tree and blast it before it gets a single... Well, before those roots get down to you. You can kill it incredibly quickly that way. That's the thing about this game, it's both easy and hard depending on your tactics. Also, why is she a legendary princess? You know, the flyer said that he got a note from her that she'd been kidnapped, so she can't be a legend if she exists, can she? Crazy English. Yeah, this level caused me a ton of grief when I played it around your house, didn't it? I just kept dying on this level.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Criff instead of Cliff. I'm pretty sure that's what the Jap version says. Yeah, basically, it's kind of Cliff reprise. You know, you get a lot more of these annoying lions, statues, and things have a tendency to reappear when you go off the screen. So if you scroll over, suddenly enemies are back, like those barrels.
Yeah.
While they're on the screen, they stay dead, but... You know,
I see how the balls are protecting you from the shots there.
Fireballs, which is good. But yeah, this one, when you reach the top of this, I remember James telling me about this level. I think it was at the Crook Log, that there's a couple of monkeys at the top that chuck rocks at you. But if you actually look carefully at them, they're not monkeys. They're actually cavemen. But at the time, I suppose on a CRT monitor, it would have been easy to mistake them for monkeys.
Yeah.
You can kill these incredibly quickly with tracers. That's why I kept the tracers shot. You can get bombs, but the tracers wipe them out incredibly quickly. I don't do it so quickly here though. If you time it all right, you can get them very fast.
Yeah. You are making it look easy, I'll give you that, but having played it myself...
First 4 levels, yeah, first 4 levels not bad, but yeah, here comes the bad level, Dungeon. This is by far the hardest level in the game. You get these annoying little magic knights appear out of these doors. You know, and literally, if they appear under you, you're dead. And they've got shields, which will bounce them about. And if your shots hit him in the back, it will drag him into you. So the best thing to do is don't fight them, just run. You know, don't pick up anything. If you don't need the power-ups, don't go for them. Just get off the level as quickly as you can, because this level is horrible. You've got enemies that shoot randomly. Sometimes you'll see a shot above me. because there's an enemy.
I remember when you played this, when them bats kept getting you.
Essentially, those little bat things that are flying around there, sometimes they will shoot when they're off screen, and you will jump down, land straight on the shot that it fired, even though you couldn't see it. The tracers are all the bombs are useful here for destroying those statues. I'm pretty sure I die here. I stupidly walk over this chest.
Yeah.
And those little maggots. I do. Not a fan of this level. But yeah, there's basically the balls there, and you can get all your power-ups back in short order even before you get to the end, and it's recommended because the boss on this level is very tough to kill.
What was that little K thing you picked up?
K.
Looked like it had a K on it, looked like a book or something.
The book's basically a smart bomb everything on the screen, but unfortunately it doesn't last very long.
Oh, right.
Which is kind of annoying. Yeah, that's a smart bomb effect. Only the enemies that are on screen though, not everything. So the enemies quickly come back. This bit here is very interesting because until this Vietnamese guy down Woolwich told me about it, I had no idea how you did this bit. It looks like you can't jump that high. Essentially, you have to bounce on top of a monster, holding the jump button down.
Oh, bloody hell.
In order to bounce over the top. And you cannot have the balls, because the balls will obviously kill the enemy under you. But this enemy here is incredibly tough, and he fires out a lot of crap. And it's very easy to just get squashed here by all the rocks he chucks out. But if you've got the exploding bombs, they will take out most of the debris. But eventually, he throws out a kind of shower of rocks. If you've got very low firepower, you'll get rained on and you'll die.
Yeah,
even with full firepower, look how many hits he takes.
Yeah, I could see the rocks being destroyed before they came out.
Yeah. This English here, it says like all the monsters are annihilated, and like, you know, the story of your rescuing a princess. It's like you haven't rescued her yet, though. Isn't that a bit premature? That part?
Yeah, and there does appear to be monsters still.
Yeah. Golems appearing out the wall. Yeah, this is the last. To be honest, this level isn't as difficult as the previous level. I don't bother with that because I want to keep the bombs. But this level, I don't think is as difficult as the previous level. The previous level, it's those little magic knights. If they appear under you or you drag them into you with your shots, you're just dead. But here, most of the enemies, you can stay away from, or you can shoot them down before they get anywhere near you.
Gotta say, it's got nice detailed graphics, this game.
Yeah, the graphics are very nice. I actually think they're as good as Waldner. And they're probably as good as Mega Twins as well. There's another extra life there. There's a couple of extra lives in the game. But you notice the lion statues can't shoot through that ceiling.
That is useful.
I tried to cheat here, which was very stupid. I tried to shortcut the level, which is not wise.
And you have to go all the way back to the beginning again.
That's pretty much the story with all the later levels. I think it's only the first and the third level that have got route levels where you'll start halfway through if you've got that far. The cliff levels, you always start at the bottom, and the dungeon level, I think there are several route levels on that one.
Yeah, I know someone whose pet peeve is going right back to the beginning of the level.
Yeah, I can imagine who that is. I do agree. I mean, arcade games were designed to make money.
Yeah, definitely.
They've got to be difficult. I mean, you can't make them so difficult it puts people off playing them, but you can't make them so easy that, well, you get people like me that spend an hour on the game, and that used to really annoy Dave, didn't it?
Yeah.
He used to kick me off the game at lunchtime so other people could play them.
Yeah, especially when you was playing games like Gryzer or Rygar, and you sort of stop halfway through a level and let the time run out to build up a massive score.
Yeah, he used to really get upset at that. It didn't matter so much if there weren't anybody else in the shop, but lunch times, obviously the school kids come in, don't they, and that's when he can make the most money.
Yeah, although to be fair, some of the time we went to the shop when it wasn't lunchtime, we were school kids and we were probably being quite naughty.
It's true, me especially.
There's more than one occasion I thought, should I go to maths or should I go to Dave's and play Hypersport?
Right, this bit at the top, you fight a couple of statues. Now these have got heads on them that shoot fireballs. If you shoot them enough, they kind of go, I call them docile heads, because they stop shooting before they're destroyed. Once all the heads are destroyed, the two statues will try to mash into you. If you can shoot one quick enough, the other one will explode automatically, but normally you just jump over them. Jump out of the way. So it's the same. This message here, I think, should have been, well, different from the message before. Because it's clearly not appropriate, because you haven't rescued the princess yet. Right now you fight, well, I'd assume Satan. He's invincible. That phylactery, I suppose, is what it is, and he's soul. You've got to shoot it as quick as you can while dodging all the crap he throws at you. Yeah, it's not random. It follows a very definite pattern. Except for those little demons you see jumping about there.
He done you up there, didn't he?
I'll get touched. You can actually do this very quickly if you've got full power. If not, it takes quite a bit longer and there's a lot more dodging involved. As I said in my description on YouTube, perfect gameplay. Nope. At least you get to see the demon. Well, with minimal firepower. Takes a lot longer to die. I'm pretty sure I die a second time. I'll get mashed between the hands. I kind of got flustered by that little demon that was on the left-hand side. And I thought like, oh, where do I go? I should have just jumped straight up there.
Yeah, and that means starting again, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not a very difficult enemy. I mean, to be honest, it's much like Waldner. When you fight Mr. Waldner at the end, he seems a lot more intimidating than he really is. When you actually examine the road, it's not really that complicated at all. I mean, if it was random what he was doing there with his attacks, it'd be much more challenging.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'd take a few goes of getting to him though to learn the pattern.
Yeah. But overall, it's a very short game. I mean, Waldner's a bit longer, and Wonder Boy is, well, all the Wonder Boy games are really long. Yeah, we're talking 45 minutes to an hour.
Especially the second one.
Yeah, they're like 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, this one, 20 minutes. But it's another one of my less than perfect gameplay. But to be honest, I hadn't played the game in years. You know, I didn't practice it on this occasion.
So I noticed he's called Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy, rather than Tonma. And you notice the girl, she'll get a mention. That'd upset the feminists, wouldn't it? She's just a trophy. It's like, oh, why can't she be the heroine? Well, maybe she will be in a sequel that Irem will probably never make. I'm not sure. Do Irem still exist?
I ain't got a clue, mate.
I mean, I know they bought out R-Type Final, didn't they?
Yes, they might do.
All the R-Type games in one pack.
There you go. So, yeah. Well, that's to me that's a nice completion, because I would have trouble getting past the first level.
It is a bit manic, isn't it? Everything does kind of rush you. And this is on default, normal essentially. If you actually play it on very hard, everything moves twice as fast. Those little knights especially, they come out of those doors almost continuously. I know one of the ROMs in MAME, there's something up with the dip switch settings. I mean, I didn't play the Jap version on this occasion. I actually played one of the English ROMs. But I know one of the ROM sets in MAME is kind of bugged because the dip switches don't do anything. Even if you set it to normal, easy, it's still very hard. It's kind of stuck.
Yeah, stuck on hard.
And it is hard. When I owned the board, I could do it. It's much like Altered Beast. I owned the board for that. Yeah, I could do it on any difficulty level. But now look how much slower it all moves. Those barrels, how slow they're rolling down. Now imagine that twice as fast. And that's how hard it is on hardest. Yeah, everything shoots faster, everything moves faster. You don't get any more enemies though. You still get the same number of enemies.
Yeah, this is quite. I would say, you said you've seen it in a few places. I didn't see it until you showed me it, like probably last year or the year before. But it does seem to be I wouldn't even say a forgotten game, more of an unknown game. So I'm assuming there's a lot of people that wouldn't have seen this before.
I'd say so. I think it only had one port, PC Engine. It's not a bad version either. I think he looks a bit derpy, the sprite, because obviously the lower res, they couldn't... I don't think they could get his facial expression quite right. But overall, it plays very much like the arcade. And
Okay, well, if I remember, I'll grab some footage of the PC Engine version and just put it up in one of the corners.
yeah,
So
it's only got cue card sound though.
yeah, well, if I've remembered, that's up there, and people would have seen it now.
Yeah, it's only got cue card sound, no CD music. Bit different from, say, the Wonder Boy games that did all have CD audio.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the music's quite good on this. It, you know, it does fit the game. I will once we've finished yakking about it, I will play us out with a tune from the game. I'll just choose one at random, and yeah, I'll record it with Bridge M1, innit?
Yeah, I think we did record it on tape back in the day, or probably I did. I used to record most of the arcade stuff rather than James. He was like the 64, I was the arcade and the console stuff. I think the last thing I ever recorded was Turrican 2. It's funny you doing a video about that recently.
Yeah, I've got to find a way of talking you into doing a playthrough of that, because like I mentioned in that video, I've only ever seen it completed, and it's only you that did it.
Yeah, that was that time you came down to Glimpson Green, weren't it, with Dean?
Yeah.
I played it, didn't I, in front of you and finished it. I mean, it's not a difficult game, Turrican 2. It's really just a memory game again.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, that just about does it for this one then. So, yeah, that's the Legend of Hero Tonma. 1 credit completed by SasaMisa1806. And if you want to see it without commentary and us babbling over the top of it, then have a look on his channel. So, yeah, cheers for joining me again, Jeff.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thanks everyone for watching, and laters.
Yep, laters.